Mark Levine claims Qatar controls the entire world. Yeah, right, man. We don't know it's your little tribe that controls it. Yep, that's right, he lies. You're an anti-Semite if you don't do their fighting. Why do people listen to this scumbag Mark Levine?
We are in the book, if I understand it correctly, you argue that actually the amazing breakthrough that we are experiencing right now not only will potentially make our life better, but they will create, and I quote you, new classes and new class struggles, just as the Industrial Revolution did. Can you elaborate for us?
Yes, in the Industrial Revolution, we saw the creation of a new class of the urban proletariat, and much of the political and social history of the last 200 years involved what to do with this class and the new problems and opportunities. Now, we see the creation of a new massive class of useless people. As computers become better and better in more and more fields, there is a distinct possibility that computers will outperform us in most tasks and will make humans redundant. And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
Drugs? Yep, our own government's behind the drugs, too. You don't believe that? You're a sheep. Yeah, he's a gremlin, all right. No, it ain't Qatar on America's ass. Matthew Stafford. That's roughing the passer. Games got so damn soft. That's when he was with Detroit. Alright. The sad and shocking reality coming to America. 40% of American jobs will be replaced by AI. Yeah. And people not doing nothing about it. AI would destroy jobs much faster. Wow. Tree of logic. Why is this piece of garbage sitting always in my feed, man? Oh, terrible Zionist piece of garbage. Always instigating trouble. Always calling people names. Pick the fight with Isabella Moody. Yeah, this Zionist agent is always instigating trouble, trying to distract you. She's getting paid $7,000. She makes up false rumors that this guy's gay, like Myron Gaines or other people who criticize Israel. And of course, she's got no proof, just trolls. I mean, why do people listen to garbage like this? Man, Donald Trump. He's a pedophile. Figures. Oprah. Federal Reserve Ponzi scheme.
Government isn't allowed inside its own building.
Government?
Pa, the Fed is a private bank owned by private stockholders. Do not let the name Federal fool you. This place is about as federal as Federal Express. A private bank? But private? Shh. Best to keep your voice down, Pa.
This is Ethan, Federal Reserve.
Hey, Eth, Bill here, First National.
Hi there, Bill. How are you?
Good, good. We're running a little low on money.
No problem. How much you need?
Oh, how does 20 million sound? What?
Excellent. We'll ship it over first thing tomorrow.
Wait, he can just call up the Fed and ask for more money and they give him whatever they want? No, Pa. The Fed don't give the banks money. The Fed loans the banks money. The banks have to pay it back with interest. Now, come on, time to go. Wait. I still don't understand. Where does the Fed get their money? I mean, if they're a private bank. You said they're a private bank, right? Okay, so who puts money into the Fed bank?
This is Mel, United States Mint.
Hi, ML. First National needs another 20 millis.
We're already running the presses full steam here, Ethan.
Gotta keep making loans. Gotta keep the money flowing.
All right, you're the Fed. Whatever you guys say. 20 million more by morning.
But I don't get it. What's so wrong about the Fed printing money? Because it's unconstitutional, Pa. Our Treasury is supposed to create our money, but now the Fed controls the printing of America's money. Nobody gets a friggin' dollar that the Fed didn't print. So, they print the money, then they loan it to the government, then they charge the government interest, and then the government taxes you to pay for it. Wake up, Pa! Quickly, take my horse. Show him. Wait, show me what? Where are we going? Stallion of Liberty! Ride on the hoary wind! Oh, where are we? Battle of Waterloo! Hold on, we gotta get through! A money machine! There it is! Hey, is that the same people? Rich banker men from Germany flying under the banner of the Red Sheet. They finance both sides of the war. We must hurry! That's him, the Red Shield Courier! Shoot him! No, I'm not shooting anyone. Damn it, Pa. What? He beat everyone back with the news of the war and told England that Napoleon won. The Red Shield bankers in London pretended that England was doomed and started selling their English stocks. The English went into a selling frenzy to get rid of worthless English money. But the English won, right? Of course they won. But it was a trick by Red Shield. They waited until the stocks plummeted to pennies and then bought England back for nearly nothing. What? They did that? How? When the English leaders found out, they had no choice but to give themselves over to the Red Shield. Their money was gone and they were slaves to the Red Shield war debt. Since that time, the English have been paying their national taxes directly to the Red Shield private bankers. The people have no idea. But the bankers bragged about what they did to us, laughing at us all the way to the bank.
Why, it's the best business I've ever done. If I can control a nation's wealth, I cannot who makes its laws.
Oh, is this what Jefferson wanted to show me? No, Pa. Look. They're in America, too? The Red Shield banks are here, Pa. Seeking a way to conquer our American dream. The dream you have, Pa. The dream of free men. They tried to take over our country many times and failed because Jefferson and the Patriots vowed to stop the evil tyrants at all costs. By authority of eternal God, he would not let the bankers win here. To preserve our independence, we must not let our rulers load us with perpetual debt. We must make our choice between economy and liberty or profusion and servitude. Wow. I place economy among the first and most important of Republican virtues, and public debt is the greatest of the dangers to be feared. It is incumbent on every generation to pay its own debts as it goes. In 1910, a secret meeting was held at a J.P. Morgan estate on Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia. This meeting was so secretive, so concealed from government and public knowledge, that the 10 attendees used code names.
I am clearly the richest man, so I should be the one to run the super-secret central bank. I own all the oil in America. I'm clearly richer than you will ever be, hula girl. I should run the super-secret central bank. You're nothing compared to me, lube job. I shall run the secret bank.
Silence!
Supreme Master Leader, I didn't know you were gonna be here.
I'm not. Neither are you, dumbass.
Oh, yeah, right. He's so smart.
None of you shall run the bank. We have failed in the past because of openness. This time, the key to success is secrecy. The people must believe that they run the bank.
Yes, brilliant! A sneak attack. What's the plan?
We first create panic, then we show them the solution. With our man in office and well-planned timing, we will have our central bank. And so the people think it is theirs. We shall christen it Federal. The Federal Reserve.
It struck on December 23rd, 1913. When most of our Congress were at home eating fruitcake, these bastards, I mean bankers, presented their treasonous act to their newly elected accomplice, Woodrow Wilson, who had fortuitously already agreed to sign it before he was even elected. Wait, the IRS? I thought we always had the IRS. No, pal. They did this to us too. The Fed now has the exclusive power to print America's money. They loan this money to our banks and our government at interest, putting immediate debt on our own money, printing more and more, so each dollar they print becomes worth less than the one before. Merry Christmas. What in the hell is that? That is how our government now must pay back these debts to the Fed. Your taxes do not go to your government. They don't? It's the greatest theft in human.
They're all connected to the Rothschilds and Bank of England. Dude reciting from one of the many books that was sought to be destroyed. Yeah, they don't want you to know the truth, that's why.
Books like this came out and they burned them. Why is your... So I really like to read books because they tell you a different side. They tell you something that, maybe you weren't told about. But it's interesting, when you get into the Federal Reserve, you realize that the Federal Reserve runs the economy. They increase the interest rates and tank the economy whenever they feel like. Then we get into Social Security, income tax, and good old Karl Marx. That's where Social Security came from. Then someone's like, what do you mean all the parties are taking over in complete control of the policy based on the Federal Reserve? Look at that. This is a great one, too. The sudden death of 1928 leads to the Great Depression by bankers. President of Banker Trust. People might ask, well, who runs it all? The Rothschilds, the Lazards, the Loebs, Warburgs, Lehmans, Goldman Sachs, Rockefeller family, and check that, J.P. Morgan. All the books like this came out and they burned them. Why is your country at war? Woodrow Wilson ordered government agents to seize and to destroy the printing plates and copies of this book in the spring of 1918. Wonder why that is. You got this fun one. The price of gold is set by the Rothschilds. We go to the Rothschilds and their plan of action. These are 10 steps to destabilize economies and create, interesting, a new world order under one government. Remember in Germany when they arrested the Rothschilds? You get into the Bolshevik Revolution. Remember that whole thing? Orchestrated by bankers, this banker specifically. And then we go to who has stock in the Federal Reserve. Look at the names. You might know a couple of them. There's a couple more, and they're all connected to the Rothschilds and the Bank of England.
Alright, this proves the president has no power. This proves the Federal Reserve is bigger than the president. Alan Greenspan, who's a Federal Reserve chairman for a few decades, 1980s to early 2000s.
Is the proper relationship, what should be the proper relationship between a chairman of the Fed and a president of the United States?
Well, first of all, the Federal Reserve is an independent agency, and that means basically that there is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take. is that is in place, and there is no evidence that the administration or the Congress or anybody else is requesting that we do things other than what we think is the appropriate thing, then what the relationships are don't frankly matter.
What is the proper...
Yeah, president has no real power, man. Rothschilds own the Federal Reserve. All these big oligarchs, billionaires and trillionaires, they control the country. Donald Trump, Obama, Clinton, Reagan, etc., all puppets of the New World Order.
Some big news for Boeing came out of the meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu. The Pentagon announced that the plane maker secured an $8.6 billion order to build F-15 fighter jets for Israel. The new contract is for 25 of those jets with an option for 25 more. The jets will be built at the company's facilities in St. Louis and completed by 2035, according to the Pentagon.
3. Monthly child. Here is the list of benefits that Israeli residents get that Americans do not, all while the U.S. sends Israel $3.8 billion in funding each year. 1. Universal healthcare. Every Israeli citizen/resident is legally entitled to health coverage. 2. Caps on out-of-pocket medical costs. Annual out-of-pocket expenses are capped based on income and age. 3. Monthly child allowance. Israeli families receive a monthly payment per child from the government. 4. Paid parental leave. Paid maternity leave is on average 15 weeks guaranteed. Mandatory paid sick leave, mandatory pension contributions, strong employee protections, low tuition for higher education, universal dental coverage for children, subsidized public transportation for youth, students, seniors, and soldiers. Soldiers often ride for free. IDF. MashaAllah, IDF. Mwah. Strong price controls on essential medicines, national emergency healthcare response infrastructure, universal access to mental health services. Wouldn't it be nice, America? Yeah, America. Aywa. The list goes on and on and on. Anyway, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. My wish this year, just like every other year, is that one day we stop funding Israel and put that money into our own country and our own people. Wouldn't it be nice to be Israeli? Then we wouldn't have to wait so long.
And yeah, don't forget that the CIA can take over your car's steering at any moment. Yeah, look up Vault 7. These are released CIA documents. If you own an Audi, a BMW, a Jeep, a Ford, or a Honda, your car operates on the QNX system. So be careful what you say in your car. Literally. Anyways, this is my hybrid. And yeah, luckily I don't own one of those. But it does make you think. How many people have died in weird car accidents, right? Don't forget that.
Yeah, silver is going up in value because the US dollar is going so far down in value. If you're not holding hard assets, your wealth is being confiscated by inflation and destruction of the US dollar by the Fed. The money printer will never stop going. If you go by spot value, a 1 ounce silver coin is almost $90. Wow. Yep. Worthless paper money.
glitches are